In this video lecture, we will go through all the problems of exercise 4.4, where we deal with minors and cofactors. So let us see what a minor is. Minor of an element aij is the determinant which is obtained by deleting the ith row and the jth column and is defined by mij. So let's take an example and see how to find the minor of an element. So let's take the first example. So we have 2 minus 4, 0 and 3. So this is element A11, A12, A21, A22. So minor of A11, which is defined by M11, is obtained by deleting the first row and the first column. So when I delete the first row and the first column, I get 3. Okay, so I need to find the determinant of this element. Since we only have one element 3, so the value of the determinant is 3. Next, what about cofactor? Cofactor A11 is nothing but multiplying the minor with minus 1 whole power 1 plus 1, which is 2, which gives me 3. So next, M12. So first row, second column. So I delete the first row and second column, I get 0. Next, A12 is minus 1 whole power 1 plus 2, which is 3 into 0, which gives me 0. The next one, A21, is deleting the second row and the first column. We have minus 4. So A21 is minus 1 whole power 3 into minus 4, which gives me 4. And next, N22, the second row and the second column, I have 2. So A22 is nothing but minus 1 whole power 4 into 2, which is 2. Right? So to make things easier, to find the cofactor, I find that the cofactor of the first element A11 is multiplied by plus 1. So let me write a plus sign here. For the second one is multiplied by minus sign, minus 1. So this element A21 is multiplied by minus sign, so let me write minus 1. And for A22 it is multiplied by plus, so I write a plus here. So it becomes much more easier. So when I find the cofactors of A11 and A22, the sign does not change. But when I find the cofactors for the elements A12 and 21, the sign changes. So the next problem, so we have A, C, B and D. So again, M11, leaving the first row and first column is D. To find the cofactors, let me write the sign on top, plus, minus, minus, plus. So A11, there is no sign change, it is D. Next, M12. First row, second column is B, so A12 is minus B, and then N21, the second row, first column is C, so A21 is minus C because there is a sign change, and then N22 is the second row and the second column, deleting, we get A, so A22 is A itself because there is no change of sign. So next, second one, we have 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So again, to find the cofactors, I need to multiply the minors with minus 1 whole power I plus j. So this is 1 1, so I get a plus sign here. This is 1 2 minus sign, 1 3 plus sign, right? Next, this is row 2 and column 1. So since 2 plus 1 is 3 minus sign, and this is plus and minus. So whenever I add the row and the column value, if it is an even number, I have a plus sign here. If it is an odd number, I get a minus sign. So this is row 3 and column 1, so it's plus row 3 and column 2 minus row 3, column 3, I have a plus here. So to find the minor, n11, leaving the first row and first column, I have these 4 elements. I need to find the determinant of this. So 1 into 1 is 1. So next, A11 is 1 itself, because I have a plus sign. M12, the first row and the second column, 1 into 0 minus 0 into 0, so it is 0. So A12 is 0. Next, M13, leaving the first row and the third column, 0 minus 0 is 0. So A13 is also 0. So next we have M21, the second row and the first column. So I have 0 into 1 minus 0 into 0 is 0. So again A21 is 0. Next, M22, leaving the second row and the second column, 1 into 1 minus 0 is 1. So A22 is 1 itself because I have a plus sign here. Next, M23, the second row and the third column, 1 into 0 is 0, minus 0 is 0. So A23 is again 0. Next, M31, the third row and first column, so I have 0, minus 0. Then A31 is 0. Then M32, the third row and the second column, so 1 into 0 minus 0 is 0. So A32 is also 0. And next, M33, this third row and the third column, I have 1 minus 0 is 1. So A33 is also 1. So we need to find the minors and cofactors of this determinant. So M11, so leaving the first row and the first column, so I have 5 into 2 which is 10, minus 1 into minus 1, so I get plus 1 which is 11. So A11 is 11 because I have a plus sign here. So next, M12, first row and second column, so I have 3 into 2 which is 6. Again A12 is minus 6 because I have a minus sign here. Next, M13, the first row and third column, I get 3 minus 0 is 3, and A13 is plus 3 because I have a plus sign here. Next, M21, leaving the second row and the first column, I get 0, minus 4, so I have minus 4. Now what about A21? I have a minus sign here, so I need to multiply minus 4 with a negative sign, so I get plus 4. And then M22, deleting the second row and the second column, I have 1 into 2 minus 0 which gives me 2. So A22 is also 2 because I have a plus sign. Next, M23, the second row and the third column, I get 1, and A23 is definitely minus 1 because I have a minus sign here. So next, M31, leaving the third row and the first column, I get 0, minus 20, and of course A31 is also minus 20. Next, M32, the third row and the second column, so I get 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, minus 3 into 4 which is 12, so that is minus 13. Now what about A32? I have a negative sign here. So minus into minus 13 is plus 13. And then M33, leaving the third row and the third column, I get 5 minus 0 is 5. And A33 is plus 5. Right? So in problem 3, we need to find the value of the determinant using the cofactors of the second row. Right? So to find the cofactors of the second row, of course this is minus plus minus, we already know that. So let us find A21. So A21 is leaving the second row and the first column. So it's going to be 3 into 3, which is 9, minus 2 into 8, which is 16. Of course with a minus sign, because I have a minus sign here. So it is minus of minus 7, which gives me plus 7. So next A22 is plus of, leaving the second row in the second column, it is 5 into 3 is 15, minus 8, which gives me plus 7. Next A23, leaving the second row in the third column, minus of, I have a minus sign here, it is 5 into 2, which is 10, minus 1 into 3, so which gives me minus 7. Now what is delta? Delta is multiply the corresponding elements with the cofactors. Meaning I have A21 into A21 plus A22 into A22 plus A23 into A23. Now that is equal to A21 is 2 into 7 plus 0 into 7. Then I have plus 1 into minus 7. So that gives me 14 minus 7 equals 7. So 7 is the value of the determinant. So here we have found out the determinant value by using the cofactors of the second row. So the next problem, we need to find the value of the determinant by using the cofactors of elements of the third column here. So let me first find A13, which is minus 1 whole power 1 plus 3, which is 4. So here, leaving the first row and the third column, I get z minus y, which is z minus y itself. Next we have A23, which is minus 1 whole power 5. So leaving the second row and the third column, I get z minus x, which is equal to x minus z. And then A33, which is minus 1 whole power 6. So leaving the third row and the third column, I get y minus x, which is y minus x itself. So what is delta? So delta is multiply the respective elements with the cofactors, isn't it? So we have yz into z minus y plus zx into x minus z, and then A33, which is xy into y minus x. So let me remove the brackets. So we have yz square minus y square z plus zx square minus z square x plus xy square minus x square y. Now for the first two, I can take yz common. So I get z minus y. Now let me take these two terms. So if I take x common, I get y square minus z square. And then I have plus zx square minus x square y. So we have yz into z minus y plus x. So y square minus z square can be written as y minus z into y plus z. Let's take x square common here. So I get z minus y. So let me take minus sign outside here. So if I do that, I get yz, z minus y, minus x into z minus y into y plus z, plus x square into z minus y. So what is common in these three terms? It is z minus y. So I take z minus y common, and I am left with yz minus, so let me expand the bracket, so I get minus xy minus xz plus x square. Okay, so we have z minus y into, taking y common from these two terms, I get z minus x. Taking x common or minus x common, I get z minus x. So we have z minus y into y minus x into z minus x. So in problem 5, given the determinant and the elements, if aij is the cofactor of aij, which of the following happens to be the determinant? Well, now here we find that the elements and the cofactors do not match. Here I have a11 and a31, so this cannot be a true value. This cannot be the value of the determinant. So here it is 1 1, but here it is 1 2 and 2 1. So B cannot be the right option. So again here in C I have a21 and a11. So this also cannot be the right option. But in D I have 1 1, 2 1 and 3 1. So therefore the correct option is D. So in this lecture session we have gone through all the problems of exercise 4.4. We have basically seen how we can find the value of a minor and cofactor, and I hope you have found this video informative. So in the next video segment we will solve all the problems given in exercise 4.5. So make sure that you do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching the video.